like the spring blockbuster is like the concept, like the summer film. Like you have one typically each season.
All right, well, we're live.
Sweet.
Oh shit. I'm over here doing Pokemon and we're shit, we're live. Alright, well hold on. I'm gonna beat some ass here real quick.
Jesus.
Beat some ass and we're gonna yap about it.
Might as well.
Yeah.
What's your battle team, Logan?
Shiny Metagross,
Okay.
Mewtwo, and Zacian.
There you go.
Now, is there anything about the Metagross being shiny that gives you an advantage in the
No.
game?
It's a pure flex.
Okay.
Pure flex.
Fair enough.
But he is lucky.
You know, there you go. You know, in a competitive, there was a competitive advantage for a Pokemon being shiny.
Really?
Yes.
That's interesting.
There would be certain teams that their whole goal was to waste time because you're on a timer.
Yeah.
And the shiny gives you an extra second of animation. So that was part of it.
That's very interesting.
Yeah,
Oh.
it was a weird thing.
I don't think the lucky aspect of this does anything, but
It just reduces the startup cost.
maybe there's an extra coating in there that they didn't tell us about.
Yeah.
Get an extra tick or something. An extra tick.
Could probably not.
Listen, it sounds like he's got a shiny Mewtwo. It's his best friend too.
There we go.
I'm gonna tear his best friend apart.
So
Thunderbolt. What the fuck? Why is Mewtwo Thunderbolt?
some Mewtwo's. That's a good move from Mewtwo.
Yeah, they run Thunderbolt.
I run ghost type moves on mine.
That's what I have. I'm Ghost type moves.
Oh, Shadow Ball.
Shadow Ball.
Why not?
Kamehameha.
All right. Well, I
That's what that was.
assume we'll probably talk some wrestling.
Yes.
Obviously, talking some Pokemon at some point, maybe.
Right now.
Anything else going on?
World Cup just ended.
It did.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't catch the entire game. We
Didn't give a fuck, but
well, we went to grab food and
Mm-hmm.
they didn't have the game
they
on.
didn't have the game on.
Where'd you guys go?
We went to Red Robin.
No sponsors.
Right, but like still,
The only sports thing going on in the world right now,
Yeah.
they didn't have it on. I don't even think they had baseball on.
there was nothing to watch. It
Yeah.
was like
All right.
just showing highlights on whatever was on.
Slapped that guy. I don't know what his name was, but
There we go.
Mm-hmm.
And like I get
locked in now.
Yeah.
I get that like you have to have certain, but you would think that they would want that to be shown,
You would think that.
and that it would be available.
Yeah.
somehow. But
Well,
it is what it
It
is.
happens.
That being said, didn't really care that much by the end.
Yeah. It is what it is. It was an interesting World Cup. I didn't watch a whole lot of it, but
Yeah.
yeah.
It will, especially for me as a sports fan, I will miss having something other than baseball.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because we're pretty much now in the in-between where all that's left is baseball and, I guess, wrestling.
Yeah. Baseball's
That's
always
it.
gone, and wrestling obviously is also always gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
And always terrible.
Which one, baseball or wrestling?
Well, both.
Yes.
Yes.
So on that topic, do we want to discuss at all the PLE that was yesterday's Saturday night main event?
Saturday night's main event. I don't know what kind of main event that was, but that was.
You weren't enthused.
I was very happy with the tag team match, and that should have ended the show.
Yeah.
And the main event was 25 minutes, longer than any match, than anything on the card, longer than anything on WrestleMania, I think, even.
Do we want to go through the card and then give our thoughts on each?
We can go through the card, even though.
Here.
yeah, it's an odd card where there wasn't a whole lot that really, like, drew attention.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, was there 3 or 4 matches, I think?
There was four matches.
One that really ultimately is going to matter a whole lot. The other ones I don't think were specifically bad matches, but they're just... It's a weird in-between spot where the lower card and mid-card stuff doesn't really matter a whole lot, and nothing's really grabbing my attention. And the higher-end stuff is almost just being oddly booked.
Sure.
To where there's no way to really know where things are going, and there hasn't been a whole lot of outline for how to get there.
So just to run it down, undisputed WWE Championship champion CM Punk and Cody Rhodes versus Gunther and Sammy. Paige and Brie Bella versus Lainey Reed and Fallon Henley. Danhausen v JD McDonough. Bailey v Lyra Valkyria. And also the main event, Roman joined by Jalen Brunson.
That was yeah. We can run through the beginning of the show to the end of it, and it was, I don't know. I mean, the women's tag team match, there's not really women's tag team division, so I thought it was okay.
Yeah.
But what I saw, but I don't really care.
Yeah. Here's gonna be some intertwining of fandoms. I think of WWE now the way I think about Boruto. Either of you guys probably not Naruto fans.
I've watched Naruto a long time ago.
Okay, Boruto is like the sequel.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
And
I've heard of it.
I think they've done a really bad job at making you care about anything that's going on. And that's how kind of I feel about WWE. They've not done the best job about, like, even though I won't say things are happening, but even though there are attempts, it just doesn't feel like, why should I care, you know?
Yeah.
Why should I care?
Especially at the lower tier of, like, what's going on. They care more about selling merch and just...
Commercials.
Yeah, commercials.
Which is something that, and again, in watching soccer the last little bit, the great part of watching the World Cup as it's been on is you don't really get the commercials. I mean, there's ads all over the place, don't get me wrong, but there isn't the in-game commercials or in-match commercials. So having just that in wrestling being on, and especially watching WWE, man, it's night and day, the difference between. By the time we get around to where basketball, hockey, football are all being played, I feel like wrestling doesn't feel like there's as many ads to me, even though there probably isn't at a different amount. But it really stands out when I'm not watching much television.
Yeah.
And when I am, it's just watching mostly, I watch more YouTube than anything else, and
Sure.
Stream some things. But for the most part, if I have television on, it's probably going to be some kind of sports. World Cup right now, and no ads other than the breaks that they have.
Right.
Has been
Night and day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's tough.
But they had that tag team match, and we have new champs. So the heels win, which, I mean, pulling titles off the baby faces I don't really care about. I don't think Paige and Brie Bella should have a tag team anyway. I'd rather seen the actual Bella twins.
I think this leads to the other Bella coming back and Paige going to be a singles, but it's just like so.
There's no tag team division.
Yeah.
We don't have tag teams. I mean, we have them. The Judgment Day is a faction, but I mean, there's a couple women in there. They're never going to go for it.
Yeah.
Even if they do, it doesn't really matter.
And it seems like that's the only thing the belt has really been used for the last little bit, is getting people to some extent built up and finding the right feud to then break them apart so that you can have someone make a singles run.
Yeah.
And it's just like a holding spot for a singles run.
Well, that's great, because that leads me to, we were all supposed to come up with our own thoughts, our own some points today,
Yes.
some behind the scenes stuff, in terms of our podcast, but some points that we wanted to bring forth for the pod today. That brings me to one of my points that I just made up on the spot because I like it better than the two I made before. And that point is, the tag team division across WWE is completely cooked, and they don't want it to be better necessarily.
I would agree with that. That after Sammy and KO won main event of WrestleMania, that was kind of that was the peak for the tag team division, and it's fallen off.
Yeah.
They did cook a little bit afterwards. They got a lot of good tag teams in there, but we haven't seen what is it? Well, your favorite tag team.
Motor City Machine Guns?
Motor City Machine Guns. That's what I was trying to come. We haven't seen them in how many months now?
They got
I think.
released.
Did they get released?
They got released.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah.
I completely missed
They got
that.
released a couple months ago, yeah.
I completely missed that.
But, I mean, it's like, you know, how would you know, you know?
I knew they released a lot of people. I didn't think they released them.
Yeah.
Because the only tag teams were you had the MFTs and the Street Profits, but I love the Street Profits. Like, I love those guys.
Yeah.
I think they got a gold thing going on. They just don't get the right push.
The problem is, the tag teams rarely do they ever get any stories.
No, yeah, they just haven't got
It's just
the right
matches.
push.
It's
And
just, it's just matches. It's like,
you got Montez, who's an athletic freak.
yeah.
And, he got the whole crowd doing his whole thing, his whole, I love that. The same with Jey Uso doing his thing, but, he did it as a tag team.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they never got built, they never got story. They tried the whole BFAB thing, that didn't really work as a manager or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Now BFAB is wrestling and with
Jade
Michin
Cargill,
and
right?
Jade. Yeah, they're their own little clique. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Scrubs of the women's SmackDown division. I don't know.
It's just it's just kind of, it makes you feel unenthusiastic about things. It's just like, I want tag team wrestling to be, there was a time where it was like Edge and Christian, the Hardy Boys, the Dudley Boys, those are prime. The tag team division was as hot as any main event heavyweight. I mean, any of those guys, could have main evented.
That's a great point that leads into what would have been the co-main for last night.
True.
Should have been main event.
True.
The Cody Rhodes CM Punk versus Gunther Sam. You just throw a bunch of guys in a match that are a big name and throw them in a tag team. People are gonna love it.
Yeah.
You get a couple hot tags, you get people going. There you go.
Yeah, I think it's perfect for an event like last night.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I wouldn't want just a Mania feud to be guys thrown in. But I do think when you have something that they're building like they have now, where you have a couple guys that are feuding in the way that all four of these guys have been, it does become fun, does become something to some extent different. And the story building you can do when you throw guys in like that can really help you get to a better spot for your pay-per-view as you get closer to that. And obviously, I feel like some of the build-up that they've done with this feud in particular, with the main event that they have for SummerSlam, has been slow. And we're within 2 weeks now of the event. Today, 2 weeks from today would be when the event is happening. And for me, I think it's just a little slow of a build for something that I want the main event of SummerSlam to be.
Right.
That being said, it just depends on how they book over the next 2 weeks and what they might do. Maybe they can find ways to keep me interested. Obviously, a couple things that happened at the end of the match, specifically, Logan and I watching it together saw Punk and Cody celebrating together. Punk throws the title over, obviously. And so it's pieces like that matter, and I enjoy when they matter in wrestling. This small little things that add up are what make wrestling fun to watch for me.
Now, did you see what happened today at Fanatics Fest with Cody and Punk?
I did not.
There was a little more build, there was a little more juice
Where
added.
Cody,
a little more tension. A little more...
Okay. Yeah, completely missed it, so go ahead and fill me in.
So, basically, I think they're cutting promos, a little bit of promos, and Cody's kind of being a little bit of a heelish. He's like, I'm tired of this little brother crap. You're not my brother. I'm tired of it. Just because you're the best in the world doesn't mean I can't be the best as well. And you've done it a lot longer than me, but and et cetera, et cetera. But Punk was trying to apologize for what happened at the end of the match with him, the belt coming over, trying to apologize and just saying that was not on purpose.
Yeah.
Absolute mistake. And Cody wasn't having it. He took it the wrong way, which kind of what we saw when after the match ended. And then I can't remember the specific word that Cody said, got under Punk's skin. Triple H kind of got in the middle, and Punk dropped the belt, and he shoved Cody in the face.
Okay. Yeah, and I do enjoy when some of the build happens at events like this. Pieces, right? But not the whole thing. And I do think that there's a place to go from there.
Yeah.
Still a little bit slow, in my opinion. I don't think that the majority of your build for your pay-per-view should be done in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I think you should get the rest of it over in the last 2 weeks and really set it up well. But, I mean, even going back to how much time did they give... Well, you could say Cody and Roman were given 2 years to really build what they had together. Sometimes it takes time. And aside from having a promo a few months ago between the Cody and Punk, when Cody was still champ, aside from that, you don't really get much.
There is not much, yeah.
And I just wish there was a little bit more for me to bite my teeth into.
The two matches they've built really well aren't even the main event matches.
Yeah.
I'll say... Yeah, I mean, I need more than I accidentally hit you with my belt. to build up the main event of SummerSlam. You know, the little brother thing, I do like that angle. I think Cody puts himself down with that kind of talk, if that makes sense. Like,
Yes.
No one is thinking of you as CM Punk's little brother. If we're all being honest, CM Punk was never the guy that the WWE looked at and said, hey, this is yours now.
Yeah.
Cody has been that guy.
Right.
For the last, I don't know how many years, last 2-3 years.
Yeah, pretty much.
So I'd say, Cody's probably, in my mind, he's ahead of CM Punk. Like, Roman, Cody, Punk. Not necessarily that far down from Cody, but definitely behind Cody.
Yeah.
So I don't love the no one that's all an internal thing.
I do remember what it was that Punk was saying to Cody that got under Cody's skin that made him go.
Mm-hmm.
I remember now. So Punk was telling the audience and telling Cody that this is your ego talking to you. This isn't you. You're so paranoid that I'm gonna stab you in the back. You've had Randy stab you in the back.
Cena.
You had Cena stab you in the back. Now you think I'm gonna do it, and that's not what this is. And he's just telling him this is your ego talking. This isn't you, and that got under Cody's skin. That's what it was.
Which is certainly an interesting angle. I do. My favorite things in wrestling are when they take things that are real and make them. And in listening to, I think Punk was talking with Stephanie McMahon earlier. He did with her podcast earlier in the week. Listened to bits and pieces of it. I didn't have time for the full 2-hour session. But one of the things he said was the idea of if you tell the truth in 4 situations, the 5th one you can say whatever you want. And building a promo that way. And just, he was speaking mostly on the pipe bomb in this situation, but the same general idea. You find things, that can be a good way to build a promo. And I do think that he's someone that uses those kinds of, I'll tell you this, I'll tell you this, I'll tell you this, I'll tell you this. So this thing must also be. And I think that it's interesting when you find places where he confirms things that you saw, that we all saw with our own eyes, and then tells us how this one's different.
Yeah.
I love that kind of stuff. That's what makes promos good to me.
What do we think is I know we're skipping around here a bit, but what do we think is the result of, does Punk win at SummerSlam? Does Punk lose at SummerSlam, and why? Why, what do we want to happen?
So in my opinion, if there's no turn, Punk has to retain. I don't think there's a point putting the belt on him to lose it within a month and a half.
Signal lost.
Are you good? GPS signal lost? That's not good. We're cooked.
But you can't have a title for a month and a half, drop it, and still have it have some amount of legitimacy.
Sammy just did it. Yeah.
Yeah, and that was terrible.
So
It was terrible.
the only way that can happen is if it's something that is dropped by a turn.
I agree.
Whether it be one of those two turning, and I imagine it would probably be, obviously if Punk wins, the turn is relevant, he's winning. But for Cody to win, he would have to turn heel.
Yeah.
Or somebody from outside turns, and I just don't really see that happening. I don't see anything that would make sense, and you're booking in a way that the only person at this point, with everything else that's happened, would be Sammy. I don't know how...
Sammy's got the best story for that WWE title, but
He's the
not
biggest
gonna-
heel right now in that story.
I think he's.
I mean, maybe second best,
Yeah.
not there, but
I think he has the most actual story of, like, I've been screwed over how many times here.
Yeah. I'm kind of with Dylan on this. If Cody doesn't turn heel, Punk should win.
Yeah.
I want to see a Cody turn heel.
I do too, but what do we think about the top 2 guys then being, like, heel, or at least heel adjacent?
Top.
Roman and Cody.
Roman's a face. He's a
Roman's
face.
a tweener.
He's 100% a face.
I mean, look at what the Bloodline's doing, though.
that's the
Roman-
bloodline. Roman is not doing anything.
But Roman,
This is what Jay and Jimmy are doing, and Solo and Fatu.
And
Roman's
Jay-
not even a part of that. We're not seeing him in the backstage calling shots.
but we know,
This is them.
but-
They're the heels. Roman's the face. Everybody loves Roman.
But everyone loves Jay too, and then Joe goes out there, does heel things, and then he's like, okay, well, let's run it back. Let's do this heat thing. It's like, it's not really clear. That's why I say heel adjacent.
I don't think
You know,
I don't
and
think
plus-
Roman fits there right
You-
now.
Well, you have to think everything that Jacob is doing, that the Usos are doing. You got to think, you know, even if it's headcanon, it's like Roman gave a stamp of approval, or
But they don't-
otherwise he'd
but-
be saying otherwise.
Right. That's because that's what we've seen, because that's what the bloodline's been.
Mhm.
But they're not showing that behind the scenes at all.
It's just yeah.
Jimmy J, Jacob trying to bring Solo back to the family,
Mhm.
and then Solo's being, I'm coming back to the family, and then Spike.
Yeah.
Like,
I wouldn't. If I had to put Roman on a side, I wouldn't put him as a heel. I think especially, obviously they're in New York, but if Roman was a heel and they viewed him as one, they're not putting him together with Jalen Brunson and having him go out and pander to the crowd.
Yeah.
I totally understand that you can do it in New York and you can even it with a heel, but I think it would be a bad look if you wanted him as your main heel to be that interactive with the fans, especially when the other side becomes
Yeah.
heel.
I don't. So that was another issue I had with Saturday Night's main event, is that Seth Rollins isn't a heel either, and they had him running around like a slimy heel.
Yeah.
So that it just didn't make sense.
And we've talked before about the idea of when you're in a city, you change, and that's always been something with wrestling. You can go back to, I'm sure beforehand, but everyone always knows Brett.
Yep.
The idea when he's here, he's more of a heel. When he's in Canada, he's more of a face.
Yep.
Punk.
Yeah.
Different people have been tied. Cena being tied to
Yeah.
the Boston area, and I get it. I get the idea of someone being a heel or a face in different spots, but it's so hard to tell sometimes what somebody is because it
This
changes
story.
almost on a week.
Yeah, this story doesn't make none of this. Even like down to. Am I supposed to think Solo is a good guy now?
he's
You
not.
know?
He's still a heel.
Is he?
Yeah, yeah.
Because he's teaming up with
He's dealing with LA Knight and Royce Keys. It's
Powerhouse.
Yeah, I don't know what to make of that match. I think it's
like-
gonna be fun, but
I do too, and I like them as a team. Like I think that
it's
that's
just
a cool
really it's
team.
a lot of guys just throwing them in there versus the
Right.
bloodline,
And then Jacob Fatu is like beating up Royce Keys, even though Royce Keys is very clearly a face.
and they're both close. Like
And
they're
close.
friends.
Yes, but he's beating him up.
Right.
The Usos are going out there beating people up, but they're also going out there eating and running it back, and it's just like it's confusing. Like who am I supposed to root for here?
Hey, Knight. Yeah.
For me, I think that it seems as if WWE is going away more so from having standard heels and faces
It's not good though.
and just having
Whoever
Like,
sells the most merch, you're
this is-
gonna get matches.
this guy's a heel, but this guy's like a super heel, and this guy's like a super duper heel,
Yeah.
and they're on different levels. And to some extent, we've had that all the time.
Yeah.
But there's also been times where, okay, I'm a bad guy, you're a bad guy, so then we're friends. And I think we're kind of away from that to where you can have people, like, you don't have to have Solo be a face because he dislikes heels. He can still be a heel that just dislikes this particular group of heels. And I
like that nuance, but it makes for confusing. It's confusing for crowds unless someone is.
And it
firm
makes
in
it
one
hard to follow if you miss a little bit of time
Yep.
and come back. And now, for example, I haven't quite followed exactly where things are at since I watched a couple weeks ago. But LA Knight and Solo, and the idea of Solo wanting to team up with LA Knight, but Solo still being a heel. But it makes you like, but he isn't.
Right.
But he is.
Right.
But he isn't.
It's confusing.
And especially if you're not watching all the time and aren't following everything, it becomes very difficult to tell when a turn is a turn and when a turn is not a turn. It's just someone breaking away from that particular group,
Right.
but still staying a heel.
And part of it is, like you were saying, like not watching everything is like so much of these stories now have gone from Raw to SmackDown, SmackDown to Raw.
Yeah.
So it's like, am I really expected to watch like 5 hours of wrestling
Yes.
every week? No.
Yep.
Yes.
No.
No matter, and obviously we're talking right now about WWE, but any promotion of wrestling at this point, for the most part, minus indies, you have to watch as much as possible. And I don't think there's very many ways to get good short-term recaps on things that happened that don't miss major plot points.
Yeah.
It becomes having to dedicate. I mean, I would say WWE is probably the majority of it's going to be the 5 hours weekly, SmackDown and Raw. That'll cover the majority of everything for WWE.
But sometimes NXT interplays with Raw and SmackDown.
It does in specific times of years, but same thing goes to me on the AEW end, where if you really want to know week in, week out who everybody is going to be on a show, you also have to watch. You have to watch Dynamite, you have to watch Rampage or Collision, whatever they call it nowadays, and then you still have to keep an eye on New Japan. You have to keep an eye on.
I think less so nowadays, but sure.
But there are times in the year, in the same
Yeah.
way, it reminds me of NXT.
Yeah.
In the same sense of certain times of year, where it matters more. As you're getting to Forbidden Door,
Yes.
now you're not just watching New Japan, but there are
Yes.
probably 5 different promotions that
Yes.
you wouldn't watch otherwise,
CNO and-
that you are having to pay attention to if you want to follow every story and know who every person is.
Yes.
So I think that they both have that same. I don't want to call it an identity problem, but for lack of a better word, it's not that the show doesn't have identity. It's that I can't figure out what anybody's identity is.
Yeah.
Week to week.
Yeah. Fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's hard to pin down these characters.
It certainly is.
Yeah, it's hard to pin down these characters. I just want to see stories come back at the end of the day. I just want to see. I know we started off talking about tag teams and then we spun off.
We're gonna have a tag team match with Roman Reigns and Jalen Brunson versus Seth Rollins and Tyrese Halliburton.
I don't want them involved.
I don't want them
anymore
involved either, especially
than-
after last night.
I don't want. As much as
If you're gonna get them involved, make them tell them to do something.
I don't.
If Jalen Brunson is the king of New York and he's just
he's got a. Didn't he just have surgery on his arm too?
Yes.
why even have him out there?
Great question.
I don't
I get
like.
the
Well,
Knicks.
you know why.
I get the Knicks won the championship.
why.
But like, have him.
And-
He has another arm.
TKO at.
He has another arm. Have him do
Well,
something.
The Knicks aren't going to let him do anything physical. You have to remember,
He
he's
doesn't have to
contracted
do
the
anything
Knicks.
physical. He
Yes.
but like nonchalantly walking in front of Seth Rollins
And
for
so-
a stomp,
Yes,
like
I agree.
get in
And
front of him, get in his face.
Yeah,
Like
and-
Rollins isn't gonna put him in jeopardy. He's not gonna do anything stupid.
Exactly.
But get in his face,
And-
make it worth something.
What is Seth? Why did Seth Rollins stop? Why didn't he just like
That's-
Go
kill
around him. Or
Yeah,
do
yeah,
anything.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He's
Or-
untouchable,
It
and I
just doesn't
don't
make
like the
sense.
idea of someone being untouchable because
Why did Tyrese Halliburton sit outside the ring for 5 minutes while Roman Reigns was
Yes.
beating the piss out of Seth Rollins?
We all know the real reason why they were there. And
Yes.
It's because TKO will grab at any opportunity to reach out to the mainstream.
And Jalen and
And-
Tyrese have genuine heat towards each other.
Yes, and it was in New York, so.
Yeah.
But the problem it causes for me is it makes the genuine talent that they spend their time and their money building week in and week out look less than.
Yes.
And that's my problem with it, is it just makes them look like, oh, I can't touch him because if I do, what? And
not explained
obviously
there.
we all know to some extent what,
Yeah.
which is WWE loses. But then why would they allow those guys to come to the ring?
Great question.
And it doesn't make sense. And wrestling to me is the worst when it doesn't make sense.
Yes.
When you can't make sense in heads or tails of any of those things that are happening, it just takes away from my experience of being able to watch. And it makes me go from being intrigued. I would rather watch 2 mid-carders who are nothing more than mid-carders doing nothing more than a mid-card match than watch a bunch of big names be unable to touch each other but not explain why to me.
Yeah.
And that's what we had last
If
night.
the Niners won the Super Bowl and they had a event in Santa Clara, I guarantee you George Kittle would do something because he doesn't. He just do it. He don't care. He would do it because he loves WWE. He would do it. He wouldn't just hesitate and just nonchalantly act like a little penguin or something, waddling up to Seth Rollins. Like,
Yeah.
So-
I get they don't want to be held liable, but
Yeah.
you saved this whole 25-minute shtick for the end of the show.
Like, non-televised. Put that on the dark segment if you want to take the crowd
Please,
home.
or
happy.
like
It's
you
not
could have
necessary
already
to
open
be-
with it.
Yeah.
Just open with
Or
it.
open with it. Just it's not necessary.
'Cause they
for
had the
canned
ending.
wrestling.
They had the ending.
Or
Yeah.
do it today. Right? Do it at your FanFest event
Yeah,
today.
yeah, or that.
Do something with those two showing up. And I imagine the only reason they didn't do that is they want to do it in Madison Square Garden. But to me, how many tickets additionally is Roman and Jalen Brunson
I mean, the tickets aren't going so hot for SummerSlam now. They just lowered them to, I think, $25.
But even just for Saturday night's main event,
Mhm.
are fans really going to come just to see them?
I don't know. New York
Together?
Crazy.
Yeah, then they didn't do we didn't know what was going to be.
We didn't know. Yeah,
Like,
we didn't know.
They could have done Roman Reigns and Jalen Brunson host Saturday night's main event or something. I don't know,
Yeah.
something.
And I think the best thing they did was not tell anybody what it was, because I think people would have.
I don't think people expected it to main event. It could have been anything as long as it wasn't the main event. I think people would have just been like, whatever.
It was the main event.
Yeah.
But it was
It
exactly
was the main event,
Yeah.
and nothing happened outside of Rollins attacked Roman, and then Roman.
It was a very house show thing to have happen.
Yeah.
And you can have that stuff at house shows. Just don't put it on television.
Don't make it part
Don't
of my
put it on
canon
television.
wrestling.
Either don't put it on television at all, or open with it.
Yeah.
Just get it out of the way, and then the end of the night is Nick Aldis pulling Gunther out or pulling Sammy out, whoever it was. One of the it was Gunther.
It was
He
Gunther.
pulled Gunther out,
Yeah.
and cost them the win. That you could end the night there, and I'd have been happy. I loved all of that tag team match.
Because that felt like the end of the show.
It did.
That felt like the natural end of the show to me,
It was the main event.
and it should
real
have
main event,
been
yeah.
the end.
It just, I don't know. WWE. I mean, TKO again. It's
The real main event of the show
yes.
was Minniehausens.
How do we all feel about one, Nick Aldis having the match with Gunther? How do we feel about Gunther in totality and where he's at now, and what he's going to be doing at SummerSlam? And then, what do we feel? I don't know. What do we feel about SummerSlam now in general?
I think Nick Aldis just being in a match with Gunther is a thing that fans have been wanting for the last 6 months to a year.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't
There's
know if
been a
it's
lot
been
of-
that long.
Maybe not that long, but probably in the last 6 months, definitely.
Yeah.
Since Gunther's been on SmackDown, I think there's been a lot of little pokes and jabs here and there, and everybody's wanting to see Aldis kind of like just lose it on somebody.
Knock him out, yeah.
And it's been a long time coming, and they built it slowly the right way.
Okay.
I love that part of it.
Okay.
As far as SummerSlam as a totality, I still think it's going to be good.
Mhm.
That match has probably been built the best, or Oba and Brock. Been built pretty well.
Okay.
I don't think the main events have been built that greatly yet. And like Dylan said earlier, it's very slow.
Mhm.
So they've been putting all their time in Oba and Brock, and now Aldis and Gunther, and that's kind of it.
It shouldn't be 2 nights. It shouldn't be 2 nights.
I agree.
No, it shouldn't. You think-
It's just
Yeah.
too much. I don't know how many hours we're gonna have for each night. I would assume
wrestling
somewhere between the 4 to 5 hour range. But it's just too much.
Yeah.
I have a hard time, especially with an event like SummerSlam coming, being excited about it. Because of the fact that I know there's going to be so many matches that I just don't really care about. And there are ones that I really want to see, but it's the minority
Yeah.
of the ones that I really want to see. I'm very excited for them, but like, how long do I expect Brock and Oba to last?
This
No
is
more
probably
than
it.
5-10 minutes.
This is
It's a Hell in a Cell, so maybe they will. And technically, SummerSlam is like Brock's pay-per-view.
it is Brock's pay-per-view.
That's the one where he shows up for.
He shows up. He's gonna pull out a tractor and flip the ring.
That's the one he shows up for. So maybe.
He
But-
might push it 12 minutes.
Yeah, who
I
knows?
just I don't expect it to be a top tier pay per view. I don't expect it to, like, in the sense of it will be for WWE. It won't be for WWE's history.
Yes. Okay. I understand.
And that's just, yeah. As someone that doesn't, and we've talked obviously in the past, I'm not the biggest AEW fan by any means. Just because it's a different style of wrestling from what I enjoy. Not that it's specifically bad, just that it's different from me and what I like. With that being said, I would much rather watch an AEW pay-per-view than watch SummerSlam coming up. Not because I feel like I'm going to see better wrestling for me, but because it's certainly more entertaining the whole way through. And what I'm going to be looking forward to in SummerSlam is some story, but also you're going to get entertainment. You know, you might get something crazy with Brock and Oba. You might get something. I'm okay with those things. They're fun. But like, I don't know. They've lost me on a lot of the stories. And if the stories are gone, just give me something crazy.
Yeah. I mean, so we have, because I don't even know what's going on with like the women's side. women's world title. Isn't Io hurt?
Yeah.
Isn't she actually like hurt?
Are they doing the number one contender match or the? I'm sorry, it would be a
Is it
interim
the
title.
The interim title. That's another thing.
Is that at SummerSlam?
Wait, interim title?
Yes, they're doing an interim title because
for
Rhea
Rhea
is hurt.
Ripley is hurt?
Oh, so they're not.
They're not revoking the belt.
not
She's not vacating it. She is just.
And I say it. I'll say it when it happens for AEW. I don't like it.
I don't either.
I say it for here. I don't like it. I don't like it. Just give vacant the championship, and
Yeah.
deal with it from there.
So we have what, 2 women confirmed, and it's a 5-way.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
Jade and
5 or
Tiffy,
6.
and that's it. Right
And-
now,
I believe
Well,
so.
yes.
I mean-
Well, I don't even know if Tiff has been confirmed. She's
Yeah.
been on.
she won the qualifier match
Did she?
on SmackDown.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. So
which I don't agree with.
she's from Minneapolis, right? Or
Yeah,
whatever
she
that
is. She's
so-
from Minneapolis. She should be on the card, but she
Yeah.
should be defending her title on the card.
Yeah. that's
Why
a
is
good-
she in a ladder match for an interim championship? Unless she's
Yeah.
going to lose the belt between now and SummerSlam.
These are good questions. These are good points.
Okay.
So it's
So I do have the SummerSlam card here, and we'll
Okay.
kind of go through it piece by piece.
Sure.
Okay. So this will be just SummerSlam segment here.
What we got?
Starting off, we're going to go from the bottom to the top into the main events.
Sure.
6-man tag match, Bloodline versus LA Knight, Solo, and Royce Keys.
I'm actually looking forward to that match.
I think it'll be fun.
I don't know. I just like the combo of LA Knight, Solo, and Royce. There's
We're
just
gonna-
something that it just does something for me.
We're going to
personally. I
get
don't
a
know what.
versus Yeet moment.
Something. I am looking forward to that match.
Yeah. I think it'll be an okay match. I do
Yeah.
think that those guys all kind of know how to make it fun.
Yeah.
Out of all of them, the 2 that I have the least amount of confidence in, the good news is 1 on each side. Jay and probably Royce.
You have less faith in Jay than you have in Jimmy.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, the last
That's
little
a-
bit.
That's a wild take.
I don't. And also,
But I
Royce
think
Royce is good.
Royce is
he's
all-
okay.
Royce is looking
yeah,
okay.
Sure, he's
Yeah.
okay. For me, Jacob Fatu will carry that side, and he'll be the reason they win if they win, but won't be the reason they lose if they lose
Are you saying in kayfabe or are you saying
in the match.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
in the
okay.
in the actual match. Yes, in kayfabe. So yeah, it'll be a fun one. It'll be fine. Then we have that interim match for the women's WWE Championship, the
So-
ladder match.
What was, I don't want to go completely off topic, but what was... So, Rhea is injured?
Yes.
Yes.
What is the injury?
It's a partial tear of her meniscus, I believe.
Okay, so she's going to be off for about, 4 weeks.
That sounds
Probably
about
about 4
right.
weeks.
But maybe a month or 2.
Yeah, they're
Okay.
saying they're not entirely sure. So
Okay, so...
either way, I don't.
If it's gonna be if it's gonna be partial tear, probably we'll call it 4 weeks, call it a month. And where does this put us in the PLE date wise? Because we're gonna have then Rhea versus whoever. I mean, we're gonna have a CM Punk John Cena thing here, champ versus champ, but I'm the real champ and I never actually lost it. We're gonna get that again, just with Rhea and whoever wins the ladder match. So in a month, we're gonna be at what, Money in the Bank?
Yeah, and for sure, the idea of having that's the trouble with having a vacant champion is you're booking yourself into
a corner.
and you just got to kind of pick who it is that you were going to have the match with anyways.
Plus, whenever this person comes back, it's like a lot of pressure on them to perform in their first match back.
Mm-hmm.
You know, outside of kayfabe, outside of it being a work, it's your first match back. I'm sure you're bumping around and practicing before you get in there, but
You gotta
bring it.
You gotta bring it, yeah.
You gotta bring it
But
with the crowd. You know?
to dial back. So we got Tiffany and we got Jade,
Mm-hmm.
and then whoever the 3 mystery opponents are gonna be for that.
Correct. So we'll see who the rest of those are before I have a major judgment on it. But one of those
Charlotte,
matches
maybe.
where maybe I like the last 5 minutes, but the rest of it, I mean, it's just a ladder match.
It's a ladder match, yeah.
I like ladder matches.
Ladder
They can be
matches are
good.
fine.
They
Just
can-
make
they can
it.
be good.
Don't kill each other and don't make it look stupid.
My only hope for that is that it is on the different night from the Hell in a Cell match.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Following from there, Intercontinental Championship. That'll be Penta versus Chad Gable. A match that the build hasn't been good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
there's been
hopeful
not
for something
really
with
any
Chad.
Yeah,
I
I just don't. Even if he, I'm sure he'll win, but even if he does, it's just He should have been
Did
pushed past the IC.
Yes, I agree.
Did we watch the gauntlet match that they had?
I did. No.
It was a very good gauntlet match.
Was it?
It was.
WWE usually does. a good
Gable was
gauntlet
the
match.
last. No, Gable was the second to last guy. But it was a good gauntlet match. I thought Javon Evans was going to win that thing.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to just clean away, get rid of everybody.
Yeah.
It was a really good match. In
He will have
totality.
his time.
What?
Javon Evans will have his time.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Um,
Oh, the
Going-
people love him. They
going-
love him.
Yeah, but
From-
people love LA Knight.
Yeah.
what's the age difference between the two?
I get it, but I mean the top guys are all in their 40s, and LA Knight's, he's younger than some, older than others.
Going from there, obviously the Intercontinental belt. So going from that match would be the Women's World Championship. That'll be Liv versus Io
Which
Sky.
has had-
Ridiculous. Io beat Liv already, to then go on and say, "I'm gonna wrestle you again." Okay.
There wasn't really much of a build for it though.
Yeah.
There's been more build between Liv and Danhausen.
There's been more build between Liv and the other members of her own, crew. I was thinking it was going to be Liv and, someone from Judgment Day.
Mhm.
But whatever, I guess.
Roxanna's out, I thought.
Yeah.
It's an odd
I'm a
one for a
Roxanne
SummerSlam.
fan.
It makes sense as two of the top women in WWE and feuding for the world title, which
I like Liv.
they've both had it,
I like
and they'll
Liv,
both
yeah.
probably put on a good match. But
the story.
the story's not
Who
there.
cares? Yeah, it's just like, who cares?
It's a comedy story. It's all it is. It's about comedy because it's either because Liv Morgan's cursed, so she's gonna lose her title because she's cursed.
From there, we get to the three basically main event matches. We'll have the Hell in a Cell, Lesnar and Oba, which
Honestly, I think that should main event.
I don't
I think
disagree.
Roman and Seth should open, because I don't give a flying hoot about Roman and Seth right now.
Well, Roman and Seth's probably gonna. I mean,
It should not main event night 2. It should be
It
Punk and
probably
Cody.
will.
it's
shouldn't.
it's
really
gonna main
shouldn't.
event night 1 or 2. It's
I
gonna,
don't think it will.
Well,
How much we betting on this?
that makes me have a question for you.
Okay.
Because at one point in time,
Yep.
I think last week when
Yep.
we talked,
Yes.
one of the things you said
Yes.
was that,
Roman was the guy.
and he makes that belt legitimate.
Yes.
Why would you put it on the opener?
Just because I think Seth is so much farther down than Punk and Cody. So here, think about it. In my head, I think of it kind of like an equation. So Roman is 1, Cody is 2, Punk is 3, Seth is 4, but his 4 is farther down. So it's like addition. Cody and Punk, you add those together, you get a higher number. But Roman and Seth, you add those together, it's a high number, but it's slightly lower.
And
And because we've seen it so many times already, not to say that we haven't.
we've seen it twice.
We've seen it a couple
Seen it
times
twice.
already, and this story is just getting. It's just one. I don't think people like Seth Rollins, but I don't think people care.
Well, because Roman's been cooking him every promo he gets a chance to.
People just don't care, and it's like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna have Seth win so that he can tear his ACL in like a month?
Roman even used that, and everybody
Yeah,
loved it. It's
it's-
like,
it's reality.
say you beat me. What are you gonna do? Break your back or whatever he said?
but
It's reality. Every time he wins the championship, he loses it to being injured.
I think the trouble, either way, no matter what you do, it feels like
It's gonna be.
you're taking away some amount of legitimacy from one of the matches. Now,
How so?
They're both gonna be
or
main
from one of the
events.
titles.
By putting.
If one of them is not in the main event.
It's gonna
And-
be night 1, night 2 main events. So
Yeah.
those matches for
I,
sure.
I think Roman and Seth should open night 1, and Brock and Oba should finish night 2. Or finish night
Night
1.
one.
I'm sorry.
Night one.
Finish night 1. Yes.
I think
That's
it's
how
gonna be a
that's how I
co-main.
would do it. I don't believe in co-mains.
Yeah, that doesn't.
I don't
Sure.
believe in co-mains, and I also don't believe in night 1, night 2 main events. There is one main event, and it happens at the end of
we should
night
just
two.
have one night of SummerSlam too. But
I agree.
I
and
also
then you can
agree.
This
legitimize.
would be
If we have one
a
night of
better
SummerSlam,
card if
then
it
you
was
can
one night.
legitimize Roman and Rollins
Yes.
opening.
Because the thing here is, I don't believe 7 matches is going to be the final number of matches on.
No.
I agree.
We're gonna have it.
We're probably going to get what 12.
Well, there's
to 14?
Gunther and Gunther and Aldis
Gunther
are
and
not
Aldis,
confirmed on
right?
there.
So we're going to get matches added to this card.
Sure.
And by the time we do, the rest of it's going to like these are the matches that I might care about. Anything that gets added from here, minus Gunther and Aldis, which I don't know what it's going to look like as a match.
You guys ever watch all this?
I've watched a little bit of him.
I like all this.
He's fine.
Yeah, very old school.
How long has it been since he's wrestled?
Been some years.
And so that would be my now. Gunther's the perfect guy for him to come back with.
Gunther
That'd be fine.
almost lost to Pat McAfee. Like we're it'll be fine. We're gonna be fine. We got somebody that doesn't know how to wrestle and a guy that did do it at an okay level. He'll be fine. It'll be a good match.
He's NWA champion, TNA
Yeah,
champion.
He'll be just fine.
Aldis is gonna be
He's
good.
fine.
We're gonna be good. Aldis isn't not gonna win. He's not gonna win the match.
But
No,
never know.
No, he's not gonna win. He's
never
he's
know.
gonna get choked out.
You never know.
He's gonna get choked
Here's-
out.
also-
And he's gonna have his moment where it's like he might do it.
Yeah.
And then Gunther's gonna do his slow and methodical. I'm gonna power slam you and then choke you out.
Gunther has retired Goldberg, Styles, and Cena. And what is he doing now? I don't think any of
he's
them. I
going to
don't think.
retire Aldis.
I hate the notion. I hate the notion that Gunther retired Cena.
I get it, but he
I
made.
understand people
he made
say
Cena
it, but I hate
quit.
it.
He made Cena quit in his last match. How about that? He made Cena, give
quit.
up
I mean-
in his last match.
Sure, and Cena smiling and then just
And Gunther has done what with that?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing. And I find that
the career killer.
I find
He's the
that
career killer.
disgusting.
The career
I
killer.
find it hideous.
That's what he's done with
I
it.
find it disgusting.
So-
He's gonna retire Nick Aldis.
and I hate it.
Keeping
and then
this
Gunther's gonna be the SmackDown GM.
keeping this somewhat back on the rails here.
Yes, okay.
So obviously the world title matches we've kind of already talked over all of those. So which match do we care the most about?
If I'm being honest,
Right now, at this very moment.
Yeah.
do I care the
Which
most
match
about?
do you expect? So by the time we get to the pay-per-view, what do you care? What do you expect to care most about?
If the build ramps up really quickly, Punk and Cody.
Do you expect the build to ramp up quickly?
After today, yeah, I think they can put something together.
I would say
After today, if they didn't do what they did today, I'd say Oba and Brock.
I'd still say Punk and Cody as well, but I don't think that the build is going to get much better. I personally want to see the match.
Yeah. And I also agree with Punk and Cody.
I like Roman and Rollins. I think they're going to put on a great match. I just don't want to see any shenanigans. I want to see Roman or Seth beat each other clean and just That'd be dumb.
Roman
Beat-
needs to beat
end it.
Seth, and that.
yeah. Roman needs to beat Seth. That's
And then
because
that's
Seth is doing 2-0.
Yeah.
Roman needs to retain the title
You know.
and just end this whole Seth Rollins thing. I love the feud, and I have no problems with the feud. I have no problems with the story because it's history, and people who haven't.
Don't care. I'm just at the point where I'm exhausted with this.
Well, and there's to the people who haven't really been involved with it, who have watched WWE for the last couple years.
Yeah.
They don't know the story. I
Yeah.
mean, they've been told about it, but they never witnessed it. So people who have watched it over their entire careers,
Right.
like you're exhausted of it.
Yeah.
But like if you just got into the last few years, yeah, this is a really exciting match. I want to see this.
Yes, I think the only issue is that you miss some of the contact without. No, I mean, I guess you.
They
can
do. They've done a good job of like telling us what happened.
Yes and no. I mean,
No, they have. I'd
It's,
say they have.
it's hard.
And they're gonna do that on the pre-show too. They're gonna
Yeah.
deep dive into it. What happened? What's been the build? How's their careers followed each other?
I would really need and WWE is really good at this. A really good, what's it called? Like a video package before their match. They're really good at those.
Yeah.
We got a good
Yeah.
one of those before then. I'm good.
You know what's a
I'll
funny
shut up.
whatever. So when they did on Raw last week, they were doing little recaps of their career about the Shield and whatnot. As I was watching, I was like, you know what? How many times are they gonna they're not gonna mention his name, but how many times is the camera gonna go on Jon Moxley?
Yeah.
How many times are they gonna let him have WWE camera time?
You know, there used to be a rock, paper, scissors. Roman, Seth, and John Moxley. Seth would always beat Roman. Roman would always beat Dean. And Dean would always beat Seth. For like years. I always noticed that. Like, are they doing this on purpose? Like, is this is like a rock, paper, scissors thing?
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That reminds me of the was it Ric Flair that you could tell if he was going to win or lose based off the color trunks he wore.
That's great.
It's always fun having little Easter eggs
Yeah.
within that you can kind of keep an eye on and might even know the result.
Yeah. It's interesting. There's little things like that, like, whenever, and they don't even call attention to it, but like, whenever a wrestler headbutts a Samoan,
Yeah.
I love that. I
And
love
they
that.
just, it doesn't phase them at all.
Yeah, I love that. I love that little thing in there. But
Anything else wrestling related?
Hopefully Raw is better than Saturday Night's main event.
I wouldn't hold your breath.
I'm definitely not holding it at all.
Yeah.
It's like taking a watered horse and making him trying to make him drink, but you end up drowning him anyway.
So outside of wrestling, anything else going on?
Not particularly. No, I'm trying to watch some anime again. I've kind of fallen off.
I mean, it's still wrestling, but Tom Brady's trying to be a heel in
God.
WWE.
So
The
I've
GOAT.
heard.
Yeah.
The GOAT.
I love Tom Brady. Tom Brady's my favorite.
He needs to
football
stay in
player,
his lane.
But I don't need to see that.
He needs to stay in
And
his
you
lane.
know what?
Did you see? Did
Just
you
to slightly glide back
Did
into
we all see the slap on Logan Paul?
That wasn't good.
It was not good.
That
It was very bad.
That was not a good slap.
Logan Paul just stood
And then
there.
Logan Paul was like,
You better watch your boy. I find it very comical. I'm
Yeah.
like, Tom Brady, you need to just.
I love Tom, but come on.
Yeah, he would be the perfect talker.
Mhm.
He could be like maybe like a manager type thing.
He'd be a good manager.
He'd be a good manager because he can talk the talk and but
He's got a smug face.
he does.
Yeah.
He always has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But as far as like being actually in WWE
Yeah.
wrestling,
No, don't do that.
you're goat.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Keep that hidden.
Yeah. That and yes, gliding slightly back into wrestling before we slide back out. Pause. What's his name? Braun Breaker.
Okay.
Like,
Breaker.
why is he the background character of that group now?
Because Maxine Dupree is the face of that group.
Cheese and rice. Like, why did that? Like, they got to Oba and was like, "This is our shiny new toy." So,
Yeah.
Braun, you're
In the back of the back.
Yeah.
You're done.
you're out of here.
He
buddy.
went from being almost a world title holder that probably should have been a world title holder to being a tag
defeating
team
with
champion.
Tozawa.
Yeah,
Okay.
and he you could see it on him. He just doesn't.
He's lost the love for it.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, maybe is part of the reason why he is where he is, right? Maybe that's something that was behind the scenes that we didn't see.
That's true.
Because ultimately, and you hear it all the time, you got to deal with what you're given.
Yeah.
And sometimes you're not given what you want.
Yeah.
And plans
But
change.
that's where you got to go. And if you don't make it happen then...
But you also don't.
But it's also frustrating at the same time because it seemed like he was so close.
Yeah. I mean,
it seemed like...
he's still so young. Like, help him figure it out.
Yes.
You don't want to end up like, with all due respect, Sami Zayn. Like, why is this? He's been in the company forever, and this is his first title run, and it lasted 9 days. It's like, you don't want a career like that.
Yeah.
Even though, I mean, you'd kill to have a career like Sami's.
Mm-hmm.
Most people, but you have a legitimate superstar that you can build.
Sammy a
and
Grand
bond.
Slam champ? Grand Slam?
I don't think...
What title hasn't he held? He's held the tag team. He's held
IC. I got a world title.
he's held the U.S. title, right? He
I
did
thought-
a
yeah.
U.S. title.
Yeah, he's at the U.S. title.
Open-
Grand Slam champion, Sami Zayn,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
He's a great. I mean, most people would kill to have that career, but also Sammy could have been champion a long time ago.
Yeah, he could have been.
Yeah, a long time ago. But yeah, that's just my thought. It's just like, people were talking, and I saw someone make the comparison. It's like that Buzz Lightyear, Woody meme where it's like, oh, this is Oba, this is Buzz Lightyear, and
Yeah,
Woody.
Rob
is-
Bronza. That's Woody. Old
Yeah.
Woody.
It's like,
Old Woody was old reliable though, so I don't even know if he's that.
that's true. It's true.
If Logan Paul just didn't tear his tricep.
I think the vision I think there was no vision for the vision. If I'm being
Probably not.
honest.
But
It just, all of it was pointless. It's like,
if
what was
Logan
the
Paul
point?
doesn't blow his tricep off his arm, I can see a world where Braun is command of that group. And they
So
don't.
what? That's the problem.
Well, and that's where you let him run with it. That's where you give him some lead. Let a little line loose and let him run with it and see if he can actually do it. If he can, then you give him that push for the world title at some point. But right now, there's not even sight. That's not in sight.
I mean, even the same thing with Dom, though.
No, I don't. Dom's not gonna get his world title run for a while.
Why? You know?
Because he's daddy.
Why?
He's Daddy Dom.
What does that mean?
Daddy Dom.
What does that mean?
That's Liz Boothang.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
He's the sexiest Mysterio alive.
I think the only reason he doesn't get a run now is because he isn't as popular as a face of the company.
It doesn't have to be.
You're right. But it is difficult for them to justify when they're not selling tickets as it is to take it off of the main champion and put it on Dominic Mysterio.
I think
Put it on Dom. Yes, I get that.
They're-
I mean, I get that, but you gotta take swings because these guys are in there. They're gonna retire. There's less. You know, their careers are closer to over than there is to starting. You know?
I
Yes.
think
Yes, I agree.
I think they are trying to push Dom more towards being a face. The problem is they're doing that on AAA.
They should have done that. They should have made him a heel champion already. Or
Well,
not-
they did.
Or
They
close.
did do that.
Like a heel world champion.
I don't know about.
You could
heel.
have him win the Money in the Bank and have him even have a short run.
Well, if they were gonna do that, even not world champion, but even if they were gonna do that, they did it with WrestleMania when he won the IC title,
That's just
and then he
not-
was a
the
double
IC
champ
title
with the AAA Mega title, and he was a full heel. Like,
the IC belt does not mean anything to me at this point in time.
I don't think in a world where we have Roman Reigns and CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, right now, Dom Mysterio fits in that bubble.
Build him. Get him there.
I agree.
There's no excuse.
You have to start. Because if you
Yeah.
don't start now, when do you start?
Yeah, Randy Orton, Brock Lesnar, Kurt Angle, all these guys, young, first years, won their titles.
That's been my major problem
Well-
with WWE the last little bit, is that they're not willing to start some of these guys.
Yeah.
They're not willing to give it to Breakker. They're not willing to give it to, well, even at this point, Oba. Kind
Oba.
of giving up his... It
Yeah.
sounds like, from my... Excuse me. Unless I understand wrong, he is forfeiting it entirely now? Is that what was said?
Yeah,
Oba?
that's my understanding as well.
Yeah, he's forfeiting the title
And so
shot.
he's not getting it at all
So
at
he
this
has
point.
to win the Royal Rumble or something else to get it.
Yeah.
It's just like
I think it's tough to push Dom.
justification.
It's tough to push Dom for that world title when you have this. He's involved with this faction, and they were doing all the stuff with the Judgment Day.
That is the reason that you can have him win. And it
Right, but there was
hurt
so much
anyone.
stuff going on because Liv is the face of that faction. She's the face of it.
But
Now,
would she be
yeah.
if Dom won the title?
Yeah.
Yes.
Even so, that could be a story in itself.
It would be. It would be. But the problem is it's not. Again, in a world where we have all these guys that are like pushing,
Mm-hmm.
and Dom he's not. I don't think in the ring he's nearly as talented. Like, yeah, if he won the Money in the Bank briefcase and cashed in, yeah, you give him a couple weeks like Sam. You give him a week like Sammy.
As talented or more talented than Oba in the ring.
Yeah, probably. And
And
Oba's
they're gonna
also
give
120 pounds heavier than him, and Oba can't do a 619. Like,
That's fair.
they're two different styles. One's a luchador, one's a powerhouse.
And
We
I-
also haven't seen Oba try.
I'm not saying yes. I'm not saying yes.
I mean,
also-
all right. Somebody get it. Somebody tell Oba when I needed to see you do a 619 and
I
a frog
have-
splash off
I've-
the top rope.
Yeah, I have heard. I have heard he's had longer and very good matches in NXT.
Yeah, yes.
Oba has, but
He had a really good one with Cody on Saturday Night's Main Event a year ago.
yeah, he did. And there has been longer. But here's my thing. Not Ray. Dom used to come out, and I don't know if he still does or not. And the entire audience, he couldn't talk.
No. Okay, so see, that's the problem. Is I think that's why they're trying to turn him face, because he's a heel that gets cheered. So
But no, he would get booed.
Right, no, I understand. Yeah, He when he grabbed the mic and he started talking, they would boo him out of the arena. Now it's flipped. It's on a 180 now.
Yeah.
So it's people are chanting "Dirty, Dirty Dom," just like how they do with Roman Reigns and
Yeah.
Cody and all that. They're doing the same thing with Dom, the
Yeah.
fans.
Mhm.
And on AAA, they're leaning more into that being that face role, seeing if he can actually really lean into it more than WWE. So like when he's on the show, it's not like they're still cheering for him when he has matches, but it's not as much because the matches aren't as big.
Yeah.
I mean, if you give him a world title opportunity, I'm sure the fans get behind him.
Build him there, and also make him, if just make him, give him Eddie Guerrero's gimmick. Honestly, just give him the rest of the gimmick. Just have him cheat to win, but still be a babyface.
And maybe you do that
Dirty.
after. Maybe you can do that after SummerSlam.
Keep him dirty.
Maybe
Dirty Dom.
maybe Liv loses the title to Io because she's cursed and she crashes out and falls off the face of a cliff and turns into a porn star, and then Dom's the face of the Judgment Day. Because I mean,
You can keep the Judgment Day together.
well, you're gonna keep them together. It's just
and still have him be a face. Have the whole group turn face, if you need to.
I don't know. I don't know about that one. I don't. You're not. If Dom turns face, he's done with the Judgment Day. It's always been a heel faction. It will always be a heel faction. It's never going to turn that way. It's been one of those consistent factions in the last 5 years, 6 years, probably.
Mm-hmm.
It's always been a heel faction.
You just don't need it to be though.
I think it's been one of the most successful factions outside of the Bloodline in the last decade.
Define successful.
They've been consistent.
You mean-
How many times have they had world titles?
Whenever the women win it.
That's fine.
Which is
Damian
once.
Priest had it.
Damian Priest wasn't part of the Judgment
Yeah, he was. When,
Was
when
he?
he won the world title, he won the Money in the Bank in the Judgment Day and cashed in, and he was the world champ because him and Rhea both were world champs.
Right. Well, okay. Well, that's fair. But still, you can still if Damian Priest can win a championship, there's there's no way
It's gonna happen. I'm just saying, in the last 10 years, outside of the Bloodline,
Mm-hmm.
they've been the most successful and consistent faction in the entire WWE in the last decade. Because there's not anybody else,
Yeah, I'd say that.
and
New
they've
Day.
been.
If you consider the New Day a faction and not a tag team, but part of that they were a faction.
Aren't they in AEW now?
They're not anywhere now.
They should be in AEW or
They're at
something.
home playing
'cause
video games.
They've got
they should be in New
non-competes.
Japan at this point. Keep them hidden. I mean, we're gonna talk.
I love.
Get Big E back in the in WWE or something, please.
Yeah.
Because
He's still in WWE.
he's retired.
He is.
He's retired.
He is retired, but he's still with WWE.
Yeah.
The whole Kofi and Woods New Day turning heel,
It wasn't very.
it was terrible.
The turn itself was good. The follow up was awful because Hunter didn't have a plan.
I
It was a heel turn without any physicality, and that almost never happens.
it was
You know?
it was a heel turn that you didn't need to do.
Yeah.
You didn't need to do it. Just keep them the way they were. Everybody loved them. They were
getting stale.
getting stale. Let them write them off TV for a while. Don't turn them.
You could have turned them heel. And
No,
that heel turn was so good.
it was kind of mid.
You're crazy.
Kind of mid.
You're crazy.
No.
The
Because
heel turn on Big E, where they went out there and
yeah,
said,
no, I understand.
"You're
And
the
they
reason."
trashed them, and they did everything they needed to do,
That
and they
made
did
me
it.
think. I mean, they were getting booed for like weeks
Yeah,
after that. But
no,
then there was
were, and
no
they
plan.
rightfully so.
My problem was no plan.
There was no plan.
I remember watching that night and thinking to myself, "Holy shit!"
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm with you. I just
The heel turn itself was good. The
But it-
heel turn in totality with the follow up was awful.
because they won. Because even they turned heel and they won the tag team championships.
Did they?
They did. Yeah, they won after they turned.
Shortly after,
They
not the same
solidified the
time,
heel
but-
turn by winning the tag team championships, and it was still terrible.
The problem is that the WWE doesn't care about tag teams because they would have to pay two people. And
Yeah.
they don't want to do that.
Well, when and at this
So,
point, because the
tag
last
teams
time we
will
saw
always
them,
be bad, and you know who's going to solve it. Do you know who's going to solve it?
I do not.
I'll tell you who's
who's
going to solve
who's
it.
going to solve it?
Jim Cornette.
Yeah, right. Two people.
Danhausen.
One of them is 7 foot tall, and you can't teach that.
Almost.
And the other one is a certified G and a bona fide thug, and you also cannot teach that.
Okay.
Do you guys not know who I'm talking about?
I definitely know who you're talking about.
I don't know.
Enzo and Big Cass.
Enzo.
We
Yeah.
will see.
Yeah.
Enzo and Big. I'm not saying that's me being
because
sarcastic.
Cass is showing
They're
up.
not fixing it.
He's showing up this month tomorrow, right?
I don't.
Is it tomorrow?
No, I think,
no, it's after SummerSlam.
No, I
Monday
think-
after SummerSlam.
I think what they're gonna do is that they're gonna do. They did a vignette for Big Cass, right?
Yeah, he's showing up the Monday after
They're
SummerSlam.
gonna do a vignette for Enzo tomorrow, and then Enzo and Big Cass will be. But it's like, what was the point of bringing them? I liked Enzo and Cass in NXT.
I just
Why did they release all their tag teams to then
What-
hire Enzo and Big Cass? I don't get it.
I have a problem with why do they just keep
I don't get
spoiling returns?
Well, they
Why do we?
Viewership.
What?
They
I don't
want you to know.
care.
They want you to know that they're coming back.
No,
But they're
not. Their viewership's fine.
They're not building a show for you. They're not building a show for us. They're building a show for eyes. And they're
They're-
building a show to tune in. And if you don't know, you won't tune in. just the way modern TV is now.
Build
There is no.
Build the rest of the shit great. Build the rest of the card great, and then you have these guys show up, and everybody's like, "Oh my god!"
I remember.
There was a time where you could just have people show up,
Yeah.
and people would lose their mind,
People would
and
have
it was
no idea.
cinema.
Yeah.
And now it's like, okay, well, Charlotte Flair's coming back. All right, well, Ronda Rousey's coming back, or like now Roman Reigns is gonna be on Raw 2 weeks from now. Oh my God, Roman Reigns 2 weeks. No, stop it,
Yeah.
please.
It's just become. One of my points was also WWE has just become kind of soulless.
Money grab.
It's just soulless.
They just want money.
It just kind of feels like.
The stories have been stale, and they've been like. I think they're still good at what they do, but they're not great at what they do anymore.
What? So here was a point I made again. Let's hope we don't get canceled here with what I'm about to say.
We're getting canceled.
There was, I would say, lows of the lows. When Vince McMahon was in charge, WWE was consistently low. Low. Like bad. Consistently. Pretty bad. But there were points where it was high. And those highs were really high. And there were points for Triple H where things are just fine. Fine. To low. Fine. But there's not really those big highs anymore.
Well, it's just really one.
What do you mean?
Being able to finish the Roman and Cody story.
But part of that was
Part of it was Vince. Yeah, but Hunter had to like push it over the top, and
and a lot of that was Rock coming in and being like,
listen.
the final boss.
Can we?
There's gonna be bloodline rules.
The final boss is going to show up on SummerSlam.
I think Vince was responsible for. I mean, obviously, Vince as a person is not what my conversation at all is about in any way, shape, or form. Not what my point is. But Vince as the promoter built a company that was consistently one of the best in the market, one of the best in the country. Obviously, the way we see wrestling today is a direct result of the way that he viewed wrestling could be in the past.
Yep.
There were a lot of things over the years that have been done in wrestling, specifically in his company, that were ridiculously bad, and a lot of things that were ridiculously well as well. So it's just, like anything else, you have to take the good with the bad. But I think Vince was always, he had a direction he wanted to go in, and kept his foot, maybe not all the way in the gas, but on the gas pedal. And I think that he did so, especially before the company was publicly traded, what he wanted to do and had a vision for it, that how it was going to work and how it was going to make money. And he was okay to do whatever it took to make money. But he knew that what made money were things that mattered. Things that made us tune in, things that made us watch. And I think the whole business model changed going into WWE Network and such, which made them have to change the entire way they did the whole business, which then even Vince was behind the ball on, leading to not really being able to know where to go with it.
Yeah.
And it made it so you have to change the entire structure of everything.
Yeah.
But he was always able to adapt at some point in time.
Yeah.
Slower sometimes than others. But there was always, it always grew, it always progressed. Sometimes it really sucked. There were years there that were terrible. What, 14, 15 onwards, like 19, 20 in that range, where I just didn't really personally care about wrestling during that time. But when I did, it was when good, like, crazy, awesome stuff happened in the meantime.
Yeah. There's just so many more highs. I mean, there was a lot of lows, but there were so many more highs. At least you cared, you know. There was Kofi Mania, Daniel Bryan, most of the Bloodline stuff happening under Vince. Now it's just kind of like, I can't think of anything really.
Yeah.
You know?
And I think they did a better job then at selling little things as being more important than they are now. Like, I remember, obviously, you will go back watching SmackDown in, like, the early 2000s, early to mid-2000s. You might, once a year, especially leading to Mania, you have a 4-month span where you have Undertaker. And in that span, he might have 3 matches on television.
Right.
And when he did, they were important.
Yeah.
And they didn't need to spoil them specifically. Maybe they did, and I just never saw it. but like they mattered,
Yeah.
and you could tell how important a match was, and I think that's been lost
Yeah.
in the modern shows.
Yeah.
You know, Teddy Guerrero saying, tonight, you'll face The Undertaker.
I think moments matter a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't build a moment by telling me what's coming.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good point. That's a very good point. Yeah.
You're only going to be able to peak it so high with knowing part of the story.
And that's kind of what Vince brought. He brought a little bit of unpredictability. He had a goal in mind, but he had some unpredictability to get there.
Yeah.
And where now it just kind of seems like paint by the numbers. Like it's just A, B, C, and there's never... And really, even the detours, it's like, is it a detour or is it just, we're going to get to the same conclusion, but we're going to just throw this, this Sami Zayn reign was just like, it's just like a gimme.
And how often is it not a detour? It's being lost.
Yes.
And hoping you find another road at some point in time. Hoping that something will point you in the right direction, but you're lost.
Yeah.
And sometimes when you're lost, there's no one pointing you in a direction, and you got to figure it out.
Yeah.
And they haven't been able to do so.
It's just kind of...
I feel like there's been a lot. I mean, I can't fully remember from like the early 2000s and late 2010s, but there's been like a lot, just in general for everybody, men and women. There's been a lot more injuries in the company.
You think so?
I think there's been a lot more injuries. I don't know if it's I mean, and you could say the same thing with in basketball and NFL. There's been a lot more injuries. I don't know if people aren't taking care of themselves properly, or they're not eating right, they're not strengthening themselves the way they need to be. But that's been to knock Triple H. That's been the hardest thing with him having to be consistent in booking. Is you have all these guys that are extremely immensely talented, and you just can't put it together because Logan Paul gets hurt, Rhea Ripley's out again, Rollins is hurt again. I mean, everybody gets hurt in the wrestling business. They get banged up and whatnot. They got these little things going on, but like, there's all these big injuries that they just can't navigate.
I see it the other way from it. It's not that they're not taking care of themselves. It's one part of it is probably they're taking much better care of themselves and being checked on more often, which leads to things actually being caught that might not have been noticed in the past. I think that will be a part of it. I think the other part is the reality of a wrestling match today versus a wrestling match 10, 20 years ago. They're doing things that they wouldn't have even thought of then.
10 suicide dives a night.
Yeah.
And you're going to have more injuries just because of what they're doing now being so much more harmful in the long term.
But if you know that, then you need to change the way you're choreographing your stuff.
I agree, but like you look at like Hogan's leg drop and all the different moves and all. There's certain things that Randy doesn't like doing because it hurts his back. And I think what those guys dealt with over those kinds of moves was wear and tear over long periods of time because they weren't doing ridiculous things that would hurt them today. They did it in a way that was safe today, but do that for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years.
Are going to hurt you.
And it has long-term consequences.
Yeah. I will say this. I will disagree with you in that if there were no injuries, this would be better. I think the stories themselves are the issue, injuries or not. I'll give you an example. There was that night where all those people, remember, got measles or whatever it was, and all those wrestlers couldn't make it to, I think it was Survivor Series or some show, so Roman Reigns couldn't make it, and they gave us the moment of Kurt Angle joining the Shield. That was exciting. That was like, what the hell? You didn't predict that.
Right, yeah, and you can, if you're...
So you can adjust, you can adapt.
You can.
And that was Vince, again.
Yeah.
My problem is, Triple H is just... The worst thing I can say about a piece of entertainment is that it's boring. And even, I would rather say it's bad than it's boring.
Well, because I think...
how I feel
I think Triple H has done really, like, he can put a story together and just pause, like, just, he can put it together, and then once he really starts cooking, something throws it off the rails, and now he has to change it all up again and start over. And it's happened so many times and since he's taken over, and it's just been, that's why it's sometimes hard to watch, like, what his stories are, because it's just, he's had to throw so many of them under the rug and change them all because of an injury or something else, like, even with the women, a woman getting pregnant or whatnot, like, it's just, you had to change it all up. I don't think under Vince you really had that. I mean, now Vince is more like, if you don't do it this way, you're fired.
Yeah.
Triple H is probably a little more modest. He's probably not doing those kinds of things. But I think that's been the one thing that's knocking Triple H is booking. Is he's just had so many more detours.
I don't want to give him that excuse.
And it's not. No, I'm not using it as an excuse. I'm just saying this. Like, this is what I've noticed since he's taken over, and it sucks because there's been a lot of potential for good moments, and him not being able to adapt and adjust. That's on him, and it's for what you said, boring.
Yeah.
It has been, and it's been bad wrestling and bad TV, and because he hasn't been able to pivot and adjust and adapt, because that's something you have to do in the wrestling business. So they have something to do with even sports or everyday life. You have to be able to adapt.
I would say even if someone was injured, especially like for example like this Rhea, if she is only going to be out for 4 weeks, have her shoot some vignettes at home. She doesn't need to be out. She doesn't need to be in the ring.
Right? Yeah.
You know,
You
there's
do
things you
something.
can
do something. Yeah.
Especially if you know
continue the
she's
story.
going to be coming back and having a match,
Right.
ideally early on.
Exactly.
Yeah, you should
There
be
are
ready for
things
it.
you can do to continue
Just give us
the
some money in
story.
the bank ladder match at SummerSlam or something. I don't do that.
Have her shoot some vignettes. Say, hey, this is what There are things that you can do even while injured. I mean, Logan Paul still went out there injured.
Logan Paul is still out at the shows every day,
Yes.
or on
So
Raw, and his arms all
Yeah.
like
There are things
he's
you
still
can do.
doing hit Logan Paul things.
So I don't want to say that the reason. I mean, you can continue a story. You just have to adapt to your new circumstances, and
Yeah.
he hasn't.
And it's not like I said, it's not an excuse. It's
Yeah.
just been it's happened a lot over the last since Triple H just took over, and it's been really unfortunate because he has. I do think there was a lot of stuff he has cooked with because there are little things he takes from months, weeks behind, and then he puts them in, and people that really watch wrestling they notice it, and it has been good, but there's been a lot more bad and boring than like the high moments that you were talking about.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, that being said, I know time-wise, we're getting there.
Okay. All right.
So, anything
5 o'clock somewhere.
else to be said before we kind of wrap things up? And
No.
SummerSlam's almost here.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's good.
This
And
is a fun one.
hopefully
Yeah.
another sport comes back here anytime soon.
Let's hope.
it will be some time. It will happen, but it'll be some time.
I'm excited about the NBA, except I hate myself for being a Celtics fan.
I'm with you there.
Yes, we're all Celtics fans. Yes.
Yeah.
So
LeBron hasn't made a decision yet. So that's like
God.
probably the
Almost
next
was
big
not.
that's probably the next biggest
and we don't get a schedule until Adam Silver's very upset because he can't release a schedule until LeBron
LeBron's
decides
probably-
where he's going.
That
Yep.
probably made LeBron. If I were LeBron, I'd probably be like, I'm gonna take my time now.
Yeah, he's arms can take his time. I know we're trying to wrap it up, but where do we think LeBron's going?
He might go to the Knicks if they can afford him. I don't know if they have. I don't know.
No,
I
no
haven't
chance.
checked.
No chance.
I
No
haven't-
chance. No. I think it's between Philly and,
Oh,
and
God.
Cleveland right now.
I think it's Philly.
Go God.
I think
Philly.
it's gonna be Philly
Please
too.
no.
I think it's gonna be Philly.
Well, and my favorite was because he was at Fanatics, the Fan Fest thing that they did.
oh yeah.
And it was talking about like I get it. People want me to make a decision. I'm doing what I can. Just trust the process.
So we see Mike's not seeing it. He's losing. He's done. See, it's a bad. It's a dark off season to be a Celtics fan.
Just put me in the grave now.
Yeah, I heard. I've seen Sixers. I think that's definitely.
Disgusting.
If I had to pick one, that's where he's going. I like the idea of him joining Golden State.
Please, just
Playing with.
stay over there.
Playing with Curry, I think that would be fun. I think that would be good basketball television to watch. But I think it's going to be Philly.
Stay in Go to Golden State, please. I'm begging you. Don't
And
go.
Bronny's
to
coming with
Philadelphia.
him to Philly.
Did Bronny get released?
We'll get traded.
Well, no. Did he get?
No,
He's still there.
He's still on the
Okay,
roster.
still on the
He's still on the
Lakers?
roster.
Okay.
Yeah. He'll get traded for cash probably. No, he's not worth
For
the
a ham
draft.
sandwich?
Yeah.
Maybe some bread.
Yeah, some breadsticks.
I don't think he's worth breadsticks. Maybe a loaf of bread, like just
Or a loaf.
store bought
Sourdough or
Walmart bread.
Okay.
Sourdough's too much.
Okay.
If they say sourdough, they need to throw in a second round pick.
Excellent. That's not fair.
It's not fair. Ronnie would cook every single one of us. But
Oh my gosh, yes. Well, that was fun.
Yes,
Yeah.
for sure. I assume probably this time next week, give or
this
take.
time next week,
Yeah.
we'll be
Lock
live
in.
again
Lock
and
in.
we'll yap about it.
Yeah. Isn't there something going on next Sunday? guys say something?
Yeah, the Pokemon Go has
Yes.
the second day of GoFest.
So we can go. And
So
do that
we're gonna
too.
be out catching some Mewtwo's and whatever else we
Maybe
can find.
we'll have a little bit of slush, some Rumble Punch.
They don't know about the Rumble Punch.
The Rumble Punch.
The Rumble
while-
Punch.
while we play some Pokemon Go.
It's not sponsored. WWE doesn't know about it.
Yeah.
Don't tell them about it.
Don't tell them.
It's over in where was it, Mike?
Enola.
Enola, PA. They got a non-sponsored
Oh my
Rumble
God.
Punch, and let me tell you,
Do you guys know about the cheesecake from we can wrap this up. Isn't that the cheesecake from Reddit, like on the Royal Rumble day?
No.
Do you guys not
No.
know this story?
no.
Oh my god, this story has been a running thing, and and now it's like a thing that's like every year someone brings it up. It's been going on for like, I swear, almost 10 years. Someone, yeah, it's far from.
Yeah.
Someone posted on Reddit, hey, does anyone know what time the Royal Rumble starts? I bought this really nice cheesecake from this restaurant.
Was it cheesecake or cheesesteak?
Cheesecake.
Okay, I thought you said cheesesteak.
It might have been cheesesteak. It was a cheesecake. No, it was a cheesecake.
See, if Ron goes to Philly, I'm just gonna
Disgusting.
move there and eat
Disgusting.
Angelo's and watch LeBron play.
Disgusting.
So they got a cheese.
They get a cheesesteak and they posted on Reddit, hey, does anyone know I'm like still waiting here? And all the comments are like, he doesn't know. Oh my gosh, I feel so sorry for him. That poor cheesesteak. The Royal Rumble was the following week, not this week.
Oh,
And
no.
now every year on Reddit around Royal Rumble time, someone like reposted, like, and it's
Interesting.
like, I got my cheesesteak, and it's like everyone's got their cheesesteak on time now. It's like a whole thing now
That's
every
great.
year. It's hilarious.
That's great.
So we're gonna Pokemon Go and some cheesecake and cheesesteak and
Some Rumble Punch.
Rumble Punch.
Might as well.
Yeah.
Might as well.
I'm gonna definitely get some Rumble Punch. That is a very, very strong libation.
Potent libation, yes.
Well, thanks for spending some time.
Yeah.
And,
Yapping about it.
We'll do it next week.
We'll do it next week.
See ya.